Okay, Clap Sync, Vlog, Heidepark, Take 1. Clap Sync again. Alright. Okay, I'm going to leave that in my recording just to kind of make a point, because I'm having gas, and not gas from my stomach, but rather gear acquisition syndrome. Okay, maybe, where can I sit? Let's sit here. So I wanted to talk about gear acquisition syndrome because I'm currently feeling a little bit the need, or the want, not the need, the want to buy a new action camera. Today actually I was at the Heidepark here in north of Germany, which is like Six Flags, Disneyland, an amusement park with a lot of really cool roller coasters and stuff like that, and I had a blast. It was really fun. But for that day, I actually kind of wanted to have an action camera with me. So I actually took my Insta360 1R with the 360 module, but also with this action camera module. Unfortunately, you are not allowed to film while you're riding those roller coasters. But over the last few days, also with riding season coming up, and I'm testing a new helmet on my motorcycle, and also I want to test out a drone that I'm having on my motorcycle. I was kind of craving action cam. Also all of these new vloggers like Chris Meets Chris, for example, that I've been talking about before. He's using the DJI Action 4 and Action 5, and yeah, I was kind of craving some new camera. Honestly, I don't need it, but yeah, because of this day when we were planning to go on a trip to this amusement park, and we anticipated, or we wanted to ride the roller coasters, I was like, oh, do I really want to only use the Insta360? Is the quality good enough? And I would love to have the DJI Action 4 just because of the 10-bit D-Log style footage in the camera. Maybe I should put this camera somewhere here. Let's have a little bit of a different angle, right? So I was kind of thinking about, all right, let me just put that camera somewhere here. Let's do it like that. Am I in frame? Yeah. So maybe I will leave that in. Anyways, I was kind of thinking about the DJI Action 4 because I'm not really satisfied with this Insta360. It's a good camera, as you maybe can see here. I'm going to make a point, record this vlog on the Insta360. Why is that so difficult? It's late at night. Maybe I got too much sun when I was at the amusement park. And I'm going to make a point recording all of this with the Insta360 to kind of prove myself I don't need a new camera, and to kind of show what this camera is capable of. I believe I could get more out of the Action 4 just because this is an 8-bit camera. But in these vlogs, it's all about simplicity, right? And to get out the thoughts that I have in my head. And yeah, I'm just going to prove myself that this camera is actually capable of recording me or recording these vlogs, especially in this terrible lighting. I actually have no lighting on here, only my small little office lights, and I assume this footage will be very grainy. But again, I want to kind of prove to myself that I could do this, because yeah, we all have this gear acquisition syndrome where we kind of think that if we get a new camera, then everything will be better. And from a technical standpoint, that might be true. But from the standpoint of, yeah, just wanting to create videos, you could definitely argue that just work with whatever you have available. So I'm now recording with the Insta360 1R, do the audio on the DJI Mic 2, which has an internal 32-bit float recording, and then I will sync it up with this snapping that I did in the beginning, and then yeah, let's see what the video looks like. But as I've mentioned previously in many of these other vlogs, it's all about simplicity and not necessarily about making the best looking vlog, but more making honest conversation between you, the viewer, and me, the creator, in a very authentic and simplistic way, without kind of making it feel overly polished and not somewhat, in air quotes, staged by having a huge setup, then making a lot of B-roll and to kind of create a sequence of whatever I have been doing in that moment, but then creating a somewhat, let's say, I just want to sit down a little bit better, let's say staged video. And that's what these vlogs are all about. And with that in mind, you probably don't need the newest or the best camera, especially not a big camera where you kind of block yourself making a video because you get in your way with all of the equipment and all of the technical details. And that is why so many people opt for an action camera, or in my case the Pocket 3. And that should be the point of this video. I already have a DJI Pocket 3, which is a great camera. I have this Insta360 1R, which is a good camera. I would love to have something better, but as I also already mentioned, I don't have the funds. Economy is bad, jobs aren't that great. Why spend money on a camera that gives me just a slightly edge? But more importantly, I have all of the cameras available to me. I'm really curious to see what this vlog is going to look like, especially considering this really terrible lighting. And I put some of the settings in auto. And I'm looking forward to edit this video, take a look at it myself, and then see if this is just good enough for me to vlog. I don't need, if this is good enough as a secondary vlog camera in addition to the Pocket 3. Don't forget, I also have my XM5, which I wouldn't use necessarily for vlogging because it's just too big and bulky, but I just need to remind myself I already have two very capable cameras. And this action cam style camera is, yes, smaller and therefore maybe a little bit more easier to handle than the DJI Pocket 3, especially because I can use it in rain, but I don't need to buy another action camera like the DJI Action 4. So maybe that helped you a little bit in terms of kind of re-evaluating what these vlogs are all about, and particularly simplicity, and the simplicity then communicating some authenticity to your vlogs. And more importantly, work with what you have available. All of us, we are all struggling. Economy is, as I said, not great. And most of us have probably not the funds just to buy a new camera. So just work with whatever you have available. And as I always say, the audio quality is the most important. And I really hope I switched on recording. I hope the audio quality is great, because I've also noticed in my vlogs yesterday and the day before, I was recording in the car and the audio quality wasn't great because my car is so noisy, and some of the audio effects that I put on that vlog were kind of messing with the noisiness of my car and trying to kind of work around whatever I was saying and trying to deal with all of the noise. So it's a little bit of an irony that I say audio quality is the most important and then have two vlogs where the audio quality is terrible. But again, this is all about making mistakes, learning, and I really hope the audio quality in this case is better. And I'm probably not sure if I will continue doing vlogs in the car when the car is so noisy. Anyways, what do you think about the audio quality of this 1R? And especially, what are you filming on? I would really like to know. And again, I can highly recommend to you, and I would love to inspire you to do these vlogs as well. And just get your thoughts out, try to improve yourself and make these vlogs. Alright, if you like this video, maybe check out the vlog from yesterday so you can kind of evaluate the terrible audio quality. YouTube thinks that you like the video down here, and don't forget to subscribe by clicking the button up here. I see you in the next video. Thank you very much.